really much more to do other than keep on zip tying for a long, long time. Hello, my name is Shay and I like to make things, and this time I'm making a ball gown out of thousands of phone cases. So buckle up, folks. So I like to make a bunch of weird, crazy projects. I made a dress out of pennies. I made octopus shoes. I like that sort of thing. And ever since the penny dress, I've kind of been itching to do another big project again. And so when Casetify reached out and was like, hey, would you want to make something out of phone cases? I was like, well, how many phone cases are you willing to send? And they said, name a number. And I was like, what about like 4,000? And then they said yes. So the plan is to make a full-scale dramatic ball gown out of 4,000 phone cases. No matter how much I explain it, it's still just a ridiculous project. So let's just start making it. All 12 boxes came in, and now I've got to somehow fit them inside my house and sort through these phone cases. All 12 of these boxes were filled to the brim with old phone cases from Casetify's phone recycling program. Casetify has the biggest phone recycling program in the world, so you can give them your old phone cases and they will actually recycle them and upcycle them into new phone cases. But now that we've got our phone cases, it's time to design. I sketched out a couple different dress designs, but for this one, it just feels like we have to go big or go home. So I am going to be making a full organ pleated ball gown. Organ pleats are these big column-like pleats that just make a giant dress. And I think they just look super dramatic and super elegant. Usually I have a more intense designing process, but I'm not really sure how it's gonna work with phone cases. So a lot of the designing is just gonna be as we make it. One of the big problems I'm running into with this concept is it's gonna be really heavy. This is actually a problem I ran into with the penny dress. Your body is carrying the entire weight of all those materials. So even though that penny dress is like a short flapper dress, it was made of metal and it weighed like 14 pounds. So since this dress is gonna be even bigger and even heavier, I'm gonna try something different. And the plan is to put the whole thing on wheels. So hear me out. I'm gonna build like a wooden frame with wheels at the bottom that I can build the skirt on top of, and then you could just step inside of it and wear the skirt like that. It does turn it a bit more into like a wearable sculpture, but I think that's a compromise we're gonna have to make. So we got our plan. Let's start with the first step, making the base. I'm roughly trying to build a frame for this dress like you would frame a house. The idea for the base is to make a circle pyramid hoop skirt kind of shape out of wood. Put that whole thing on a furniture dolly so my dress can roll around, and cover it in wire or something just to make the pleat shapes and give me something to attach the phone cases to. I have not tested any of this, but this is the plan. Let's go grab our supplies. First stop, Harbor Freight. I'm gonna look for dolly and zip ties. That's what I need. Yes, yes, yes. Now we get a Home Depot for wood and materials. Woo, look at him. Beautiful. All right, so we've got all our supplies. Now I'm gonna start by building my base. First thing with the base is we've gotta build our base circle, which is actually a decagon. So I'm gonna map out the measurements, cut all my pieces of wood, lay them in a circle, and create that base circle shape. Now we just gotta assemble it. And my friend Kronos came to help me build. So we're gonna screw together our circle. So we're taping everything down first, just so we can have the positioning right. And then we're going in with the drill and drilling it all in place. And once we've got our circle, we can put him on the dolly to give him wheels. So we have our base. It's looking pretty good. Now I'm gonna add these spokes up top to make it like a little pyramid and support the giant pleats. We already cut them all to the right angle. I just gotta attach them with these little angle irons. So we're just gonna screw them all in. Okay, we got it. Okay, literally all I need to do is add a waistband, and then this is like a solid dress base. For the waist part, I'm actually thinking of using this bucket because it's round and like that feels like it'll fit my waist. We're gonna cut it up and then I'm gonna attach all my spokes to it. We got it. It is very, honestly, really stable. This thing is too small for me to just like sneak up into. So I've got to add a hinge to open it up. It's very little, but it works. And we have our skirt base. Now I need a way to attach all the phone cases onto this. Basically what I'm thinking is we make these curves of chicken wire all the way across the frame, and then we just zip tie the phone cases to that. I'm gonna start by making a paper pattern of what I want the chicken wire to be shaped like, and then I'm just gonna take that pattern and cut it out of chicken wire. Okay, so we have our first little bump added, and not to jinx it, but it looks kind of perfect. It's stable, it's perfect to zip tie stuff on. We're just gonna add more of them. And we did it! It looks really, really good. Even the little trap door like totally worked. I'm like just kind of in awe of how good this turned out. My whole goal with this shape was to get these giant organ pleats, and this like really worked to make them. Like these are giant organ pleats. Now we are on to phase 2, adding all the phone cases. So before we can add the phone cases to this, we kind of need to decide the design. We sorted the phone cases into a bunch of color categories. I'm thinking we kind of want some sort of pattern. After looking at the phone cases on the dress, we decided we wanted to do an ombre, from black to white on the bottom, to blue, to green, to orange and pink as it kind of goes up. All right, we got a plan. We're gonna start zip tying. This is 1.5 hours in. It looks really good. The look we're going for is like an overlapping shingle, just because I think that's the easiest texture to make with big, non-flexible phone cases. And there's no special reason why I decided zip tying was the best way to apply the phone cases. Zip ties are just cheap and it seemed easy. And honestly, it's been working pretty well so far. This is like 5 to 10 hours in. Bottom 4 layers are done. We're just gonna keep on phone casing. This is about 10 hours of phone casing in. We've got like 5 layers up. We're starting to transition into the blues. It's looking very good. So I'm just gonna keep adding phone cases. So for the past few days, a bunch of my friends have just come over and helped me zip tie phone cases. I was really worried about this dress turning into a penny dress 2.0, that I'd be miserable just zip tying phone cases for hours, because it's a lot of phone cases. But zip tying phone cases with friends and just chatting and talking, it's genuinely been so much fun. So big shout out to Baz, Kronos, and Jess. Y'all are the MVPs. So blues are done. It's getting a bit heavy and harder to move in, but still rolls. Up to this point, it's easily been like at least 30 hours of zip tying phone cases. But yeah, there's not really much more to do other than keep on zip tying for a long, long time. Some of my favorite phone cases so far. Do not make Duck upset. I like this cat one a lot. We love a good frowny face. He's still there. And as we were sorting, we found like at least 10 cases of this anime man. My friend said he's from Fruits Basket. This isn't even all of them. I'm gonna see how many of him I can sneak into the dress without it looking weird. It's going well. Just zip tying some more. Yeah, we've made it to green. The ombre is looking really good. Once we started adding the green in, you could really see like the ombre. I'm glad we took the time to sort because it really made a huge difference in just making it look like a complete dress. Where we're at, dress is pretty much done. Now we just gotta do the top 2 layers. Last couple layers are gonna be orange and orangey pink. Look at the ombre. It's very rainbow. It's very pretty. Let's try this on. That is how it looks. Okay, we're gonna take a pause on this. It's time to make the bodice. For the bodice, I wanted it to be fitted and slim in contrast to the huge skirt. So I found this pattern off Etsy and I'm just printing it out, cutting it up, and sewing it together. And I like how it looks and how it fits me, but I wanted to have a bit more structure. So I'm gonna add in some boning as well as some waist tape. I like how it came out, but this black is kind of ugly. So I'm gonna use this one as my inner lining structure and make an outer layer in this pretty black suiting. But basically that means we're doing the same exact thing so that I have 2 bodices and I can put those 2 together into a fully finished top. It's turning out really good. Wait, let me zoom out. And we'll get the bathroom shot, And look at that, we have a bodice. Honestly, this pattern is a lot nicer than I thought it would be. I'm just gonna add a real quick zipper in the back and then I can try this bodice on with the whole dress. Hello, it is currently 12:30 a.m. and this dress needs to be ready for a photo shoot at 3:30 p.m. today. All that's really left to do is just finish up this top and fix the bodice. So I'm just gonna see how much I can whip out in the next 3 to 4 hours. And I think we should be pretty good. Skirt's done. Let me show it off a little bit. Doing this top part took maybe like 4 hours. I wanted to make it really neat because it's the top and it will actually be showing. But look at our finished volcano. This video is gonna go up May 31st, which is the day before Pride Month. So we've officially deemed this my Pride dress for this year, made of phone cases. So I'm gonna add my signature. Kind of ugly, a little bit. So I made the black bodice and I just think it looks boring against the dress and I don't think it gives very phone case. I think putting phone cases, like actual phone cases on the bodice, just feels way too bulky. So I started to play around with the other cases I had left over. And I had a bunch of these half cases for flip phones left over. So I tried making those into an over-the-shoulder bodice and I really like how it came out. I think this is a good balance of keeping the solid black and the very fitted shape, but also still making it feel complete with phone cases on top too. The over-the-shoulder thing was built very similarly to how the dress was, but instead of zip tying the phone cases to a mesh, I just drilled holes in them and kind of zip tied them together like scales or chainmail. Wah! She's done! I even made a little brooch out of broken pieces to make this nice little flower I can put in the center. It's kind of cute. Let me go try it on now. That's quite pretty. It feels quite elegant. I like it. And with that, I think this dress is done. So all that's left is to get glammed up and put the full look on. So without further ado, here's my dress made from over 1,000 phone cases. But that is the completed dress. In total, this dress took at least like 100 to 200 hours building and zip tying, and it is made of over 1,000 recycled phone cases. I did not count the exact number. I'm sorry, I got a bit lazy. As for the weight of the dress, I also don't know the exact number, but it was a lot. My guess is about 150 pounds. Final look did come out very parade float-like, especially when I walked around. I just looked like a little Roomba rolling around the floor. But we did figure out I can be pushed. Getting into the dress is definitely a little tough, even with the trapdoor. But once you're in, and you're pretty comfortable. It's kind of like standing in one of those toy cars, like the ones you had when you were a little kid where your little feetsies are on the bottom. You cannot sit though, unless you go inside the dress, which is also pretty cool. It's very stained glass-like with the transparent cases letting light through. My favorite part of this dress is probably looking at the different designs. I think taking the time to sort it really made the look. And of course, a big thank you to Casetify for not only sponsoring this project, but sending me all these old phone cases. And do not worry, no phone cases were wasted in the making of this project. All the extra phone cases that were not used in this dress, I sent back to Casetify to be recycled in their Recasetify program and to be made into new phone cases. And even this dress isn't just staying in my attic. It was picked up last week and it is now on display in the window of Casetify's Santa Clara store, which is really cool to see the things I make out in the world. But that's actually it for this project. Please subscribe if you want to see more of the next things that I make. If you want to see like daily updates and vote in the polls, check out my Instagram. But that's really all for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a pretty good day out there and I will catch you next time. Bye bye!